ladies and gentlemen. Now we'll continue with the show in just a little while from now, but we have some big breaking news that's just coming in. Well, it's concerning Adani versus the Hindenburg Group, and it's a big win, it seems, for the Adani Group. In fact, SEBI has given a clean sheet to Adani Group. SEBI has said that no violation related to any party transaction rule really occurred, and it did not happen. So a big win, essentially, it seems, from this order that SEBI has passed. It is the SEBI's final order that clears the Adani Group of some allegations that were made by the Hindenburg Group. In fact, SEBI states that there's been no violation of party-related transaction rule. In fact, we have many more flashes which are coming up as far as this final order related to the Adani Group versus the Hindenburg Group, as far as that case is concerned. In fact, joining us now is my colleague Ankur Mishra. Ankur, put those final order lines into perspective for our viewers. Does this essentially mean that the case is closed and this is the final order by SEBI as far as the Hindenburg case on Adani Group is concerned?
Yes, definitely. So the final order has come from market regulator SEBI regarding Hindenburg matter. Let's understand step by step. There were two main allegations against Adani Group, and this order clearly says that those two issues does not remain. What were those issues? Whether the loan transactions between Adani Port and Adani Power or Adani Enterprises, which were notices 1, 2 and 3, were routed through Milestone and Rewar. So those could not be established by SEBI, and the allegation was that between FY19 to FY23, they should be classified as related party transactions under LODR regulations. Now, what was the second charge, which was bone of the contention, which was the allegation which was leveled in the Hindenburg report, and SEBI did investigate the matter, whether there was scheme of article to conceal related party transactions that would otherwise fall under LODR regulations of SEBI. Now, SEBI has held that these allegations are also not established, meaning it did not find any kind of violation on the two core issues. Therefore, no liability devolved on the notices and the proceedings were disposed of. This does not give complete clean sheet to Adani Group, but the two main issues, the two main points whereby there were allegations against Adani Group, now that has been settled. It is the final order of SEBI, and SEBI says no violations made on those two fronts.
Right, Ankur. Now, you just stated that SEBI has said in this order that there is no complete clean sheet that's been given to the Adani Group on this particular matter. What does this essentially mean? Will there be any further investigation in this matter, or will investigations come to a close?
This is clearly mentioned. It is a final order by market regulator SEBI. The two main issues, the two core issues whereby allegations were there, they does not stand. But yes, there are minor leveling of allegations as far as this order also is concerned. They says that Adani Ports, Adani Power, Adani Enterprises were named in the final order, and they examined the loan transactions between FY19 and 23. So two allegations does not stand, but their share transactions were in substance and not disclosed as required. That has been mentioned in the order. Although, as you're saying, does it also mean will there be any further investigation? No. Once a final order of SEBI comes, it stands in entirety, and it is only after the preliminary investigations which has already been completed till now, and therefore now market regulator has largely given a kind of clean sheet to Adani Group.
Right, Ankur, just one final question before we let you go. Given the fact that this is an important development, one that's been in the public eye, and there's been a lot of back and forth as far as this particular case is concerned. It has impacted markets to quite some extent as well. But how did SEBI's investigation process unfolds, and what key findings really led to this conclusion of no violation?
Yes, SEBI follows step-by-step process as far as these kind of allegations are concerned. Of course, first is preliminary probe, which was launched by SEBI, and after that only the final order has come, and that is after proper hearing option which has been given to the notices. So after going through the complete matter, after going through the documents as required, the processes as required, SEBI has now come into conclusion. This means market regulator has followed the due process which is needed in any kind of allegations once these are leveled against any corporate, any entity whereby the market participants are there, and hence SEBI is making a point clear that on those two main points where allegations were there against Adani Group, it does not stand. In fact, SEBI has given a clean chit on two core issues to Adani Group.
Absolutely, Ankur. Thank you very much for putting this breaking news into perspective for our viewers. So big win, ladies and gentlemen, for the Adani Group versus the Hindenburg case. In fact, SEBI has given a clean chit to the Adani Group, as my colleague Ankur was mentioning, in at least two main concerns. In fact, the SEBI says that there has been no violation of related party transactions rule, and the final order essentially clears the Adani Group of some allegations that have been made by the Hindenburg Group. In fact, as my colleague Ankur was mentioning, this essentially disposes of instant proceedings in the Adani Hindenburg case, and that the fact that there has been no violation of two main issues pertaining to this particular case. So that's the big breaking update that we have for you at the moment in the Adani Group versus the Hindenburg case. But for the moment, in fact, let's shift our focus back